13-2, 13-3 doesn't really bode too well for them. And yeah, making sure that they make these games closer is important in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, a little bit more to show for them to try and see if they've got some form in the bank. Crew, we're about to get underway on Ancient. Second of our back-to-back best of ones. Pistol round underway. We saw Koala do some fantastic work with the dualies in that first map on the CT pistol. Let's see if we can do it again. Reversive Deco and Laser have the utility spread out, and it looks like they'll be going for a execute.
Nice and simple. Donut smoke being lined up here already by Reversive. We've generally seen the CT smoke being thrown more often than the donut smoke, and excuse me, that is the CT smoke, so I was going to say, that does kind of keep up with the trend. You try and fight for donut. In fact, never mind, they're going to smoke that on the fly, so there we go. Smoke does get cleared out, but Koala has had his head cleared of his brain, so a great way for Crew to start off proceedings here in this important pistol round. Try and get things in motion in a favorable fashion. Kills just being traded back and forth right now. It's only RDN left remaining, and he's found a dink, but no kill on the player he dinked initially. That's Ataraxia was afforded his life. Deco does go down, but Ataraxia completes the pistol with the triple.
Yeah, honestly, that was really well done from Ataraxia. I don't actually know how he got his 2 instant taps. They were off camera while we were watching the fight of the CTs coming through that smoke to help out toward the site. And yeah, Ataraxia did incredibly well to get those 2. And even that last kill, I feel like it's a very difficult one to hit when you're sort of playing around with the box like that with a P250. Sometimes it can feel a bit more awkward than a Glock or a USP, using the P250 in that sort of position. Certainly less ammo, that's for sure. So, yeah, Red does very well there, for sure. Reverse is going to get absolutely run down. Thankfully, Riggy has a 35-bullet Galil to help out, and a Glock to boot. Plenty of bullets, and he gets himself an anti-eco ace.
Okay. Well, they've already equaled their round count from that previous map, so that's going to lift the spirits, no doubt, of Crew. Heading into this first full gun round here, Sharks got the M4s across the board, enough util to work with as well. It's one of those rare situations where Crew are going to be starting both of the maps played here on the T side, because the map before this was Anubis, and of course it was Sharks' pick, so Crew got the choice of sides. And yes, sometimes it can be tough, man, when you're the underdog starting both maps T side. Have to try and find a way to break down that defense, and we saw the T side struggle a lot on Anubis. Haven't had the start to the gun round they would have liked here either.
Great start for Doc and Pepe. Smoked off outside A as well. Frustrating. Locked away. The real choice is to really go in as a trio. Right now, Sharks are playing some, I guess you could say, safe angles. So just making sure they don't lose anything for no reason. As you can see, Koala, thankfully for him though, he's got an extra incendiary to block them a little while longer. Just about wide enough, since that incendiary nerf, of course, to keep them at bay. And now the rotations will come through as they realise it's probably going to be an A push for Crew. Laser, some good damage there. And that nade could do some good work too, as you say. Ow. Before it even happened. A preemptive ouch. And Gafolo, well, he's stuck. He does well to get one, and it should be enough because now Riggy is stuck on the site.
Oh, no.
He's going to get pushed down. And it's an M4 with 0 bullets in it.
The empty mag. Yeah, that is always a heart sink into your stomach kind of feeling. Good round coming through for Sharks, so was destined to be there round. Nice attempt from Crew. Didn't really have many options available. Just try and group up A main and get something done in towards the A bomb side. I did like Gafolo's repositioning there. Just playing around the donut smoke meant that he was in a position to help out Koala on that A site once the exec came through. He wasn't trapped in donut, not able to affect the defense. And now the investment sucks for Crew.
It sucks. These tech lines, when you go speedy into a Jaguar though, maybe get up close and personal, can always be a bit scary for a CT side, and they'll smartly make sure they fall back and play a little bit more defensively rather than have someone in a forward position in that Jaguar area this round.
One small thing.
Go on.
Sorry, and it is a small detail, but Shark smoke both Jaguar and top ramp at the same time. And I think that's a bit of a waste. You normally just want to smoke one of them at a time because you're kind of obstructing the execute anyway. Now that if you smoke top ramp, the Jaguar players probably have to wait for that ramp smoke to fade to join up with their teammates. So they were going to be waiting anyway.
It is a good point. A point worth making. Gafolo actually...
Worth interrupting?
Yes. Gafolo actually has pushed a little bit further forward here with Doc, which is somewhat surprising, especially with the AWP. I'm gathering that they do understand the situation of the economy. Now the AK gets the kill. The AK is going to have to peek and help out. There we go. Gafolo just gets completely run down by the Tech 9. Maybe a little bit overzealous there to go up with his teammate with the AWP against the Tech 9s. And now they're in a 3 versus 2, our crew, to try and close out their third round. It could still be possible for RDM though. He's still got a kit, got a couple of flashes as well. He's isolated one, and his teammate reversive. Oh my word, runs straight into the spray, and Deco just about gets away with it.
Yeah, it looked like the spray hadn't really reset there for RDN, even though he had stopped shooting briefly once he tried to shift things across to Deco. He got that initial kill on the player crossing, tries to then regain control of the weapon, and he isn't able to in time. Doc gets that frag. He was low on health, but he gets the vital trade, and Crew will actually make that Tech 9 force buy work in their favor. As you say, Gafolo in a very forward position there, maybe getting a little bit ahead of himself. No way to fall back after he misses that first shot, and his teammate, Doc, had actually fallen back a little bit as well, so he couldn't really help Gafolo out there.
Yeah, frustrating one for Sharks. And in general, as I was saying, I didn't really like the being in an advanced angle there like that. Fellow does get caught. And now they're down to a buy, which is certainly rough around the edges. Auto shotty on Gafolo instead of that AWP now. Doc on the scout. A glass cannon scout to boot. And P9 on Koala. He's going to stop to push forward slightly toward A-Long. Ataraxia is certainly ready for that eventuality though, and it's a good reaction. The MP9 could have easily taken him down from that close range.
Yeah, good kill coming through there from the Argentinian. This is the force buy from Shark, so if Crew can win this, they go up 4-1 and then should be 5-1 for free thereafter. Is there a world where both these teams just comfortably win their own picks? I mean, I know it's still early days, but Crew have started very strong.
Yeah, this is, as I said, one of the maps we haven't seen Crew and Sharks play up against each other lately. It's been Nuke as well as Mirage, I believe, too. Double check that. Yes, it was. Mirage, Nuke, and Anubis. In 3 maps we've seen these guys play against each other. Something different in this slightly different format as well. A site taken in this 5 versus 4. Koala was removed. Gives them plenty of space, and Pepe and RDN will absolutely try and save the M4s. I think you may as well keep the Scout in the XM2, to be honest.
Yeah, makes sense. Just, roll the dice, try and stack up together on one side of the map. If they don't come your way, you save your guns, and then next round they will eco, but they'll have a pretty solid base of firepower to work with. I expect them to eco. I don't think it would make sense to just go all in to buy up util. Settle for the save, carry these weapons through, and then guarantee a buy in the round afterwards. Crew will be feeling a lot better about themselves here, though, Trav.
Four to 1. Crew improving on their previous game already. As we've
Drastically.
said. Yeah, exactly. Gafolo will be boosted up with the XM on the corner. Got support with the Koala 5-7. This could absolutely spiral slightly with this shotgun. Instant headshot. Enough pellets of that one shot. Hit the bonce of Deco and he gets away with it. But they know this Koala 5-7 is here as well, so they're not going to just go in one by one. And look at Reversive, actually, the MP9. He's just pushed through the entirety of B. And somehow gets himself a free kill.
Oh,
and a dink
wow.
for Koala. That could have changed things if he completes that one more kill.
Yeah, must have just been outside of that one-shot range of the 5-7. Leaves Riggy alive on 4 points of health, but he's been able to pick up that AWP, so he'll be feeling more confident about what he can contribute here in this post-plant. Ataraxia still got plenty util, as does Riggy. This is going to be really difficult for RDN. Of course, it is essentially just an eco, so the fact that they've done damage alone is a pretty good return, and now there's a very real chance. The problem is, Trav, and it's a big problem, he doesn't have a kit. Needs to get this kill right now, and, well, he realized off the back of the audio cue, Riggy is been able to tuck himself in safely. Will pick up the orb. Don't think he'll survive the bomb explosion, but that's not going to matter.
Front flip. At least goes out with some style points. And yeah, he does win the round either way. They were always going to win the round, as you say, when he was kitless. And yeah, it's crazy that, you know, the fine margins in CS, if that 5-7 of Koala is maybe a little bit closer, the 5-7 is a one-hit headshot rather than a 96 in one. Riggy goes down, and it's a 1v1 instead.
Small margins indeed. And look at this. Crew, they're just turning up the pace. They're just charging straight in towards the same bomb. And I love the call and range of pace coming through from the key side. Oh my god, okay, Koala's actually been able to catch Deco there as Deco's caught in the air, but kills continue to flow through, reminding me of the pistol round. Sharks have rotated very heavily in towards the same bomb side, and with great reason, eventually Reversive will go down as well. And my goodness, Crew were never actually able to settle on that A bomb site.
As soon as you lose one and just starts to spiral a bit, it can be very difficult to recover those sort of situations. And kind of in a pattern we kind of saw with our games earlier on today. That's a decent start from a team that could be considered the underdog, and then they just lose a gun round, maybe one, after the rounds have been close, of course, and it puts them down to pistols once again. Don't forget, Crew kind of got off to a good start in this game by winning a round with pistols themselves, of course. That very tight round where Deco just swung with 16 HP to win the clutch. Do we have another one in the bank? It's a long shot. Only one set of Kevlar on Riggy in this one.
Yeah, a couple pieces of util. Not much to get excited about. Not as much as they had to work with in that other round you were referring to. Either way, let's see if they can find a way to at least inflict damage and keep that Sharks economy looking vulnerable. Haven't really seen Sharks get things going yet here on Ancient. Winning this anti-eco would be a way for them to gain some momentum.
Pepe needs to be ready, and oh my goodness, even though Gafolo hits a tag on Ataraxia, he actually gets the Deagle kill. I think he knows he's been tagged. Would have seen the blood splat before he went down, so called his teammate just to peek. Knows it's going to be an easy kill. Nice shot, Riggy. But now he's the last one alive. Pushing forward, trying to dance with the angle. Hits the body shot required. He's got 9 seconds on the clock. It's enough time for a plant, but Doc is about to run him down and takes him down. There was no way in which he could maybe pick up a rifle or maybe get himself into that clutch at all, with Doc being so close. Pepe's going to go and collect as much as he possibly can around the map before Doc defuses.
Little vacuum cleanup. Either way, I mean, the fact that crew get 3 kills there and a bomb plant would certainly be regarded as a successful eco round. If they can now follow that up with a successful gun round, they would maintain full control of the map. Having said that, if Sharks can win this gun round here on the flip side, then pretty much back to an even keel at that point. So this is one of those important rounds to kind of give us an idea of how the next few are going to look. What sort of context will play out here.
Yeah, what can crew fix so that's gone wrong in this all-important gun round? Utility is decent, as we've said. Reversive actually going to try and peek from shelf, trying to get smoke in toward Donut so they can cross over. Now, as soon as that smoke has come in toward Donut, RDN realizes that his teammates will need to be relayed the information that they could possibly walk up in toward Red Room, and that's exactly why Koala rotates back to CT to give it a glance. It does leave the A-bomb site itself open, so that also means the RDN internal clock has to worry about them just walking outside A on a timing too, and just taking the site. Those are the mind games that can often go into these mid plays on Ancient.
Crew, as they've gotten their player in towards mid, is going to try and burst in towards the B bomb site. There's a number of players to be dealt with. Pepe has been mollied forward, but still able to just hold his ground. Gafala gets an important kill, and now they're going to fall back on that mid player. Riggy's been able to craft some space here, looking to try and cut off the rotations, but Koala on the drive-by will decimate him, and RDN has danced around the donut pillar beautifully. Be able to mop up both of the players. Backs turned, kills found. All 5 players stay alive for Sharks, and they'll feel like they're now in a very good position.
Very awkward to get kills when the players have your backs turned, especially when you kind of don't get the instant headshot with the A1S, as you saw there. I mean, he used quite a lot of bullets on the first player and the second player, but still managed to recover and control the spray for both kills. I was playing a game of Thera the other day, the new Santorini, and I lurked up from a flank on, I think it was the A-bomb site, and I had 4 players who I knew they weren't going to look at me because of the way my timing was on the corner of the site, and I had my opportunity. I got myself 2, and then the last 2 thankfully lined up because I had 3 bullets left. So it can take you a lot of bullets.
Classic.
I got lucky. I got my quad kill, but I will say we did lose that game because we were playing an opponent who had about 26,000 hours or something stupid. So
that is a lot.
That's a lot of hours.
I remember when we were in high school, we read the Malcolm Gladwell book, and it said if you were able to put 10,000 hours into something, you could master it.
There you go. He's doubly mastered it then. Goodness me.
And I don't know his name, so what does that tell you?
RDN gets 2 immediate kills against the pistols. Incendiary as well. Koala looking for the advanced angle, maybe catching them, going for the boost onto the ledge, or maybe even holding the wide left angle as the T side would look. Head would be seen. There's a couple of cheeky off angles on Ancient that don't get used that much that can often work out for some very easy kills. If you're up against pistols, that is, of course. Wouldn't stand in the open like that. Maybe against a gun round.
Yeah, fair enough. Got a bit more liberty at your disposal. 3 versus 5 here. Crew just gonna group up again with their numbers. 1 smoke behind them. Got to trust your teammate Doc. Trust RDN. Problem is the angle doesn't really favor him, because if they swing the bottom or middle there, they see Doc before RDN can do anything. That's why he's kind of just drawn into keeping his crosshair train in that direction. And that's okay, because Pepe will lock down the defense on that B-bomb site, ensure there's no plant, and we have a leveled up scoreline as a result.
Yep, Crew will come back in with their buy now. Sharks have no worries with their economy for the last 2 rounds of the half. It's always very aesthetically pleasing when their utility is in the same order. No 2 flashes. 1 of each
2
piece.
flashes, smoke, molly kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. think most people call that OCD trap.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm roping myself in with that as well. Don't you worry.
No, I know. I mean, everyone
Don't do
has
the best one.
aesthetically pleasing things that
Yeah.
particularly like.
Easy on the eye. Looks good.
Exactly. First
Good looking shots
entry.
around here as well.
Exactly, yeah. Reverse it, just went straight into Jaguar there. No holds barred. Oh, RDN. We will be feeling in his heart of hearts. He maybe could have got two there if the first kill was a little bit cleaner, but Gafolo was caught out in that position earlier against the Tech 9, against the Rifles, feeling a bit more confident once again, goes aggressive to recover the kill and keep it an even standpoint. And Koala
Oh,
is going to take some space. Oh, it's checked nicely by Riggy. As you say, it's actually a really good idea, I think, from Koala, to be fair, to go on that timing, but it was cleared smartly by Riggy, and now Gafolo has to step up.
Shot lands, no problem there at all. Tucks himself in behind the box. Riggy going to close the gap. Of course, Kafolo wouldn't know that for a fact. And in the meantime, Pepe is trying to make his way through middle, but Ataraxia's got his number. It's just a matter of time here. Oh, jeez. Okay, for a second there, I got nervy. And they know that Kafolo is in position with the orb, so shouldn't be too much of a problem here for Crew to finish off the job. Just got to make sure they don't give up these isolated fights, and Gafolo has caught a glimpse of Riggy. Stays in position with the scope trained in. He's waiting for a bit of an extension from there. Riggy and the kill will come through. Hasn't been enough to actually get Ataraxia off the plant, though. Gafolo's just going to edge his way around the corner. Oh my goodness, he doesn't spot him. Travi doesn't spot him. Ataraxia, I think he blended in with the box behind him.
Yeah, he blended in with the box, and I think he blended in with the little bit of foliage that was directly in front of Gafolo there as well. That was awkward. He definitely had time to react if he saw him. There was a world there for Gafolo. There was also a world where if he hopped down from the temple ledge there, he would have caught Ataraxia mid-bomb plant and maybe pulling his gun out as well. But, of course, he wasn't ready to know that.
I mean, most people in that position, if you're Ataraxia, you get off the bomb plant after you lose your teammate. And that's exactly what Kafolo was expecting him to do. Riggy wants to try and turn up the heat and the pace coming into this next round, run straight through the smoke into Doc's M4, into the crosshair. And there's more aggression out of Crew, but it's just not going the way they would have liked.
5v3 for Sharks. Doc also waiting on a wider angle for the smoke to fade and maybe catch a timing. It's a bit of a weird one as you would look at it from the T side as well, because sometimes there are little few pokey, sticky out ledges on the walls that you can hide behind if maybe he was a little bit further forward. But he does swing wide. And goes back towards Shelf once that smoke fades. Ataraxia on the angle. Good catch on Doc. And now he's looking for more. There are still two more players on the B site with 40 seconds left to go. They're going to try and recover it. But when Gafolo is here and ready to frag, it's very hard to get through him. Pepe gets one more. Deagle is out. Nice frag from Ataraxia, but he had to swing so wide to get it. It gives RDN a freebie. But it's better from Crew. 6-6.
Got it. Okay, we're back. Second half of the second game is underway. Crew looking for a victory here in the double best of one header against Sharks. They weren't able to get it done in that first game. This is their last opportunity, Trav.
It is indeed. At least it's a better performance. They will stay even, and now they have the CT side of Ancient to deal with. But Sharks are very proficient on this map and on this side. Laser tries his best. He gets a 1-for-1. Pepe up close, fully blinded though. Great flash by Reversive. He gets a kill of his own as well, and another flash assist on toward Deco's frag too. And it leaves Koala stuck behind a smoke as he tries to reverse his way back through it. He's actually managed to escape with the bomb. He probably knows that all three players are there, but obviously they will check for him at some point. Now he's going to hunt. Super aggressive. This hunt isn't necessary. And Koala gets two, and now he can escape toward the opposite bomb site.
Yeah, that was a really good decision from him not to continue to just try and run away, but realizing that they were actually hunting aggressively, searching for him, and that they might discount the fact that he could just be in the corner. Two great shots out of Koala down into the 1v1. Deco on the wrong side of the map initially here. Gonna have to pivot across for the retake. He doesn't have time on his side either without a kit. No, Kevlar, only a smoke grenade, Trav. Might have to try and fall back on the 10-second defuse here. Is there a world in which he can make that happen?
Of course, Koala doesn't know. He's got no kit, though, so how does he play it? Knife is out. Might start swinging in a second. In it comes. Oh, the second tap, he heard him running away, and Deco hasn't got the time for it. Koala just sticking in the smoke is going to work out. They're going to try and go for the duel. He even gets a final headshot to boot as well. It's a full 1v3. And honestly, that was very, very well played. Realised every situation and used it to his advantage.
Yeah, beautiful clutch coming through from him. So composed, heads-up decision-making on the fly. I think if you're Deco in that situation, you've just got to try stick the defuse. I know the 10-second is so unlikely, but you've already taken so much time to try and get onto the bomb itself. You've dropped the smoke on the C4. I think you've just got to gamble that full 10-second stick, and I don't think it was impossible. It didn't look like Koala was too keen to try and spam the smoke or anything like that. Anyway, Sharks have got the lead now. For the first time here on the map, they have gotten themselves a lead.
Yeah, I feel like in those situations, right, for crew, and when you're in the 1v1 like that, I think try and, even if you maybe put yourself in a position where you're not going to get the kill, at least try the option that is the most likely option that's going to win you the round, right? I think in that position, I know you're kitless. If you had a kit, you absolutely smoke holds that without a shadow of a doubt. But without the kit, again, even though it's very, very unlikely, it still might be your best chance to win the round to try and just hold it.
Yeah,
especially,
that's
as
exactly
you say,
what I'm thinking.
with the way Koala played it, you're absolutely right. And now you mentioned that, so yeah, it's
unfortunate though. It's a tough call to make in the moment.
It is.
All right, well, Sharks gonna look to just try and get themselves in towards the safe bomb site. Not a great donut smoke at all. Not gonna affect them. Might even see Crew just fold their hand here, call it a day, carry all 5 players forced up weapons through into the next. Having said that, Deco's kill might actually lure them in to give this one a snuff. And you know what, Trav? I mean, that could actually be detrimental to them because Deco gets a frag. Now they're like, maybe we should attempt the retake, but this could go completely awry. And then they've got nothing to work with going into the next round. So they're going to put all their eggs in one basket here.
And Riggy will at least find another one, and the Galils, we don't have plenty of bullets, but they are getting picked off one by one here. It's all down to Doc. He reacts for 2. Has he got the defuse? I think he has. I think he's good. Well done, Crew.
My goodness, I was just second guessing the decision to actually go for the retake there, but they're able to find all the frags necessary in very quick succession as well. Riggy's having a fantastic game here on Ancient. 16 and 10 coming through from him. He'll be very happy with his return as Crew level up the scoreline. Sharks drop the ball there against the 4-spy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you were saying about maybe luring them in when they didn't want to go in a way. But they especially considering the fact that I think Sharks won a round in a very similar fashion in the previous map. But yeah, I think they dealt with that one very nicely. Went together, went as a group, realised where Sharks were playing from, and the final player being on the boost, they knew he was stuck. Ataraxia should be able to fire some shots with the smoke here. Oh, he's diving inside it. How is my man's alive? He's been saved by Riggy. Goodness me.
And he's recovered a Tech 9 as well.
And
So
they
he's
got
got
the
a
bomb.
trophy. Oh, wow. Literally worst case scenario here for Sharks. Locked out of the map entirely. And they went all in here. They spent all their money. So great chance here for Crew to get a 2-round lead, essentially. 2 for the price of 1. And because Sharks won the pistol and then lost the round afterwards, it means that they are down a count of round loss bonus than what they would have been had they just lost the pistol. So yeah, actually Crew are in a really good position right now, assuming they can get the job done here against this Force Buy.
Just need to be careful. They got themselves in a great position here, especially economically as well. They could get a couple of rounds, not necessarily for free, but they should be favoured. Deco the incendiary down and might choose to peek behind it. I think he knew that maybe he was being advanced upon there. All 3 players are waiting, holds a very tight angle, and yeah, Gavoda doesn't even have a chance to deliver. Just smart positioning and play from Deco, knowing he's got the opportunity to frag from that tight angle he was holding. Reversive comes and helps for the last kill. Sharks are under a little bit of pressure.
They certainly are, especially because they're going to have to eco here, so not going to be much juice to squeeze in this one. A bomb plant would be amazing, but even that's a stretch. And we're at the business end of the map here as well. We're getting into a position where if Crew win the gun round that follows this eco, then I mean, I wouldn't say this map is completely done, but it's not far from it.
This is the Crew we wanted to see, wasn't it? I mean, knowing that the last game they played against each other just 5 days ago went 16-14, 16-14 to Crew. We thought they'd be a little bit closer to Sharks in that first BO1, but not to be. Sharks are going to try and respond now, but won't be in this round. Blocks across the board. A plant will be very nice. Can it be denied? It will be. They leap their way in and run their way in and still survive with 5 players alive as well. Plant attempted, no bonus cash for Sharks, and no extra utility, of which they probably would have absolutely needed. That's why Gafolo's gone down to a Galil with his purchase to afford a full belt.
Well, it has reached that point now for Sharks where they're going to have to pitch up. They've been a bit streaky throughout this second match, the second best of 1. Of course, we got back-to-back best of 1s here. Sharks completely dominated Crew on the first. It was Anubis and it was a 13-2 victory for the Sharks. Hasn't been nearly as easy swimming here on Ancient. The Sharks are drowning, Trav.
Can sharks drown? Can't they just get, like, beached?
Well, if a shark stops swimming, then it's not able to get oxygen through its gills and it does die, so kind of drowns in a way, I guess.
Okay. Yes, yeah,
I don't know, man. I just try to come up with something.
I mean, if you're just spitting there, like spitting randomness, you know what? It sounds convincing, so fair enough.
It is true, though. Sharks can never stop moving because they need to move to get water through their gills. So
Yeah, true.
that is important for them. Either
Yeah.
way, they haven't moved much here recently.
You know what a cool shark is? The basking shark.
Yeah? Why is that?
They basically swim through the water with their mouth open their entire lives and just like cipher plankton. That's basically all they eat. A
Okay,
massive
well,
animal.
Crew's mouth is open right now when Laser's just eating them up, man. My goodness.
I know, right? That was great from Laser. As accurate as one in that round. And he's had a bit of a rough game, so good for him to get a multi-frag on the board. And yeah, they're like, it's kind of crazy. Like, it's a massive shark. You'd think it would be a absolute menace to society, like a killer whale sort of level, but it actually eats plankton, the tiny little microorganisms in the water. Proposing to give this one a go. 7 seconds though, and that's the biggest problem. Spray transfer didn't connect. It's actually going to be allowed to get the plant, but in the end, he can't get away. Deco finds it, and Crew have now a 3-round lead to work with.
I mean, at least a small consolation is the fact that Sharks get a bomb plant, so they could try and justify an investment here. It wouldn't look great though, right? You got to go for a half buy. You can't go all in here if you're Sharks. You just can't afford to. And you know what, Trav? Had they lost the pistol to start off this campaign instead of winning the pistol and then losing the force buy afterwards, they would have come into this round with that extra count of round loss bonus, and they would have gotten that extra little bit of money that would have pushed them over the edge. So, I mean, that punishment of winning the pistol and then losing against the force afterwards is actually still coming through and affecting them. Imagine you add $500 on each player's finances right now, and things look a whole lot better. They probably buy.
Yeah. It's an investment I'm content with, to be fair.
Yeah, me too. I think they've spent their money well. I think they've gone about things as best they could have. Still having some sort of look forward to the future.
Yeah, they are giving themselves a chance to win this round, but also making sure they have enough in the next.
Big burst. We saw Sharks win a loser round against Crew in the first half with the sort of investment that Sharks have to work with now, but unfortunately, they've just been stopped. They've been shut down as they get into that B bomb site. Bodies lit to the floor. It's only Doc left remaining. I don't think there's any medication that can fix this one.
Plays just jiggling the angle. He knows that these sort of situations, it's very important for Crew to continue to win these rounds cleanly, because say they still win this round, but it's maybe just 2 alive, 11-7, then Sharks win 3 or 4 rounds in a row, their money perhaps is broken a round earlier than maybe it needed to be. Small margins. Doc is going to try and make his way in, but borderline impossible, and as expected it should be. Deco finds it. They can keep their 4 players up, and this is nice to see from Crew. Recent result of, as we said, going their way, but in a very close fashion. They are creeping ever closer to what would be a really good bit of progress for them and getting a win in ECL.
Yeah, and against a team who are expected to make it through to the playoffs. You know, Crew coming into, I mean, they didn't compete in Season 47 of ECL, so they're one of the newer boys on the blocks here. So if they could pick up a victory against Sharks, they would feel very good about that. And they're now just 2 rounds away from making it happen. In fact, I'd even say 1 if they can make it work here, especially if they deny a bomb plant. Sharks know there's so much riding on this round as well. They can't afford to let this one slip.
It's a classic case of when your opponents are on 11. I just feel like you're very much in the game. Only 4 around the gap, but 12 can't afford a single mistake. Fado pushing up toward the edge of Jaguar. Riggy is here waiting. Riggy's had a great map, it deserves to be said. I think he had quite a poor one in that first BO1. He's played very well. Docker seed his enemy, though, with the little jump over the top. And Riggy, oh, he didn't just get one. They tried to double peek it in the end once they'd figured out the information. And he just lined them both up. The timing was off on the swing. Gave him a lineup, and he ate them both up.
Yeah, and Sharks not trying to force the issue on Deco, who actually will falter. He was in a really important position. However, Sharks aren't actually going to use that pick. They're going to use it as the fake. They've drawn rotations. There's actually nobody left on that B bomb site. Ricky's realized, yeah, maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of the game here on my rotation, and it seems like Laser's getting that inclination as well. So the longer Sharks take to actually get in towards this B bomb site, the further forward these players will be on their rotation. There is a smoke grenade for short, though, so that will guarantee the bomb plants at the bare minimum, assuming they can bypass Riggy, which I certainly expect them to be able to, and there we go. They've been able to take down that looming threat. Laser will find one back, but he's taking so much damage in the process. Caught between two players. Frags found. Ataraxia's position made known. And he'll go down as well. Peeks into two, so Sharks are still alive.
Absolute necessity. Absolute necessity. Gap now back to 3 again. But as I said, Crew built up a good amount of economy by winning those rounds in that little streak they had pretty cleanly. So they have another buy to come in. Ataraxia can still afford another AWP. There it is. But they maybe only have one more left over now. Sharks trying to work their way back in. Do they try and take mid aggressively? Do they go ahead of the util? They don't. They respect it. But Riggy's not respecting that angle. Going straight into it. Against his enemy, RDN. Had an opportunity. Couldn't take it this time, though.
Not like Sharks are out of the woods by any stretch, though, because if they lose this, well, there's no money in the bank, and they've got $2,900 coming their way. So it's still a really important round in the grand scheme of things for this T side. Reverser takes a tick to the molly. Might be able to kind of bait Laser in a little bit. Yeah, perfect. There we go. Laser finds one. Reverser able to check back in with his teammates as well. He gets in on the action. And there's another double setup here towards Donut as well. It's all about the setups for the CT side right now. Bait and switch.
Oh.
Not if you're RDN, though. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about your setup.
He doesn't care about your bait and switch. Doesn't take the bait. And now he's got an opportunity to push in towards the site. Reverse needs to get down silently, but now he's in the Molotov.
Oh my
and it's awkward. Koala takes it, and Crew, after they looked like they were in a brilliant position, looked like it would be impenetrable, they had been picked off.
Yeah, job done, round over. Sharks have got their 9th on the board. At least for Crew, there's money in the bank, so they will afford another investment after this, but Sharks are fighting tooth and nail right now. They smell blood in the water, and they're hunting Crew down. Ataraxia misses a key shot, so no AWP carried through. And you know what? Looking at the money, Crew might have to just half buy here.
Yeah, I said that they maybe have one more buy after this, but they can only actually buy on 3 players. Do they want to go for it, considering that fact? They are going to. When the majority can buy, that's what they're going to choose. Laser decides to just go A1S, Kevlar, and a singular flash as well. So actually they can buy with 4. Let's have Deca on the MP9. Blood in the Water is a very good skin, I will say. One of the classics.
Yeah? You're a fan rather?
Yeah.
Are you a favor, Trav? You're a favor to a lot of people. You're a favorable human. I don't know, man. I had to try spin something there.
Listen, it's
like late for me, Trav. It's borderline 2 a.m. I casted 2 best of 3s before this as well.
I know.
Best of 1.
It's fine. I'm tired too. But it's fine. Well, we haven't got much longer to go today. But thankfully, we've been treated to a pretty entertaining second BL1 here.
Yeah, and I'm glad we got something out of this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The first one was a walkover, complete destruction. Whereas this one has been Crew stepping up. And now it's the business end of the game. They had an opportunity perhaps in that 5 versus 3, one that shouldn't have gone a begging so cleanly, especially for Sharks. And now Crew with this force buy, the all-important force buy. This could be 11 all if they lose this round.
Yeah, true. Guaranteed the full 24 here. What a contrast between the first map and the second here and the back-to-back best of 1. Sharks just have all 5 players in towards mid right now, so they've got a number of options available. They could try and pivot through Jaguar, through Red Room, or Donuts, and it looks like it's going to be a combination of Red Room and Donut. You're going to be applying a lot of pressure in towards the say bomb side. Right now, the York, well, he's not going to have any impact on the round. Koala certainly does. An entry from him, and he gets traded out as well. Reversive should also be traded before. Oh no, he's been knifed. He missed his shots initially. Ataraxia stabs him in the back, and it's all on Pepe. He'll step into the smoke, and he's gone down as well. Trav's sound cues tell us all we need to know.
What on earth? What on earth? Ataraxia is in such a weird position, as you say there, with the AWP, and basically decides, well, my best choice here is the knife. The Glocks are out in spawn as well. It's very, very weird. And, well, the outcome of it is that Crew have map points.
Yeah, that is a disaster for Sharks because it looked like they were in such a good position after Koala gets the entry kill initially from Donut and he gets traded out. So they've got the 4v3. Gafolo missed a key shot there, though, which meant he had to take extra time to try and finish off the frag. And, well, he finds a blade between his shoulder blades. And Crew have secured themselves 3 match points.
And the right time for a timeout as well. I mean, that's just good knowledge of the situation, knowledge of the game. Your Crew winning a bit of a crazy round like that, where knives came out in a critical moment. Throw in a tactical just to give yourself a deep breath and figure out what the plan is for getting this game done and dusted.
Problem is, if they lose this round here, they've only got a $1,400 round loss bonus. They go 12-10, they then could eco and then try and buy up in the last of the half, but it's still not going to be a full buy at that point, so it's still a very realistic chance Shark can force us into overtime. If they win this round here, I'll almost back them to get the job done at that point, so let's see where this one goes.
Yeah, I've been struggling with some of the setups that Crew have put into this game, though. As we saw, a couple of them very successful, completing rounds very comfortably. Some of them successful early on, then getting caught later if you're Crew, losing advantages. But they have a couple of opportunities now, and as you say, I mean, winning another round very, very close means money is tight. So Sharks, if they take this one, it could be very, very big opportunity to maybe bring it back to OT. This is the one for Crew. Molotov and utility being thrown in toward Jaguar. Doc will take it with the banked flash over the top, but with the Molotov, it keeps them at bay and gives them control.
Yeah, Sharks, after getting all that control in towards mid, will now shift their focus in towards this B bomb site. Laser wants to flash reversive into Donut. I think it's all about, not Donut, excuse me, Cave rather. It's all about the timing. 25 seconds left on the clock now. 4 Sharks to try and break down the defense on this B bomb site. Reversive's run out of ammo. He's got no ammo, but Laser's got 2 on the spray down. He's not able to round the corner, but Ricky's got in on the action with 2 of his own. It's all gone to RDN here. He has to try and pick up the bomb, get the plants, and win the 1 versus 2 post plant outs. How does he make that happen? He's going to have to lock it in. It's not going to work out. The gunfights are being force trapped. Crew have done it.
What a way for it to end as well. The one tap with 1 bullet left in the clip, but he knew the game was done either way. The nade flies in and dunks him out. And well played, Crew. They came in here as definitely underdogs without a shadow of a doubt, despite their recent result, taking that win over, I mean, 16-14, 16-14 in that previous game against Sharks. Like, pretty crazy. But yeah.